Hello everybody, welcome back to the Subarashiki Hibi playthrough. Now today's actually going to be really quite cool because, yeah, I won't deny that yesterday was, let's just generously say, a little bit concerning. I mean, I'm really touching the tip of the iceberg when I say that, but, okay, we had sex with a desk. Let's just get it out there, I'm not even joking. But like I always thought about that scene, it's as funny and degenerative as it is sad and horrible. It's funny because obviously what Takuji's doing is really fucking stupid, but at the same time it's sad because of the fact that he's so low in terms of his spirit that he feels he actually needs to do something like that. I mean, it's awful, it really is, and yeah, it was a very interesting read. But what I'm really quite interested in, I found something that I think it actually makes for quite an interesting thought. So, yeah, this is just before we get into everything. Look at the chapter name, It's My Own Invention. Could that potentially mean that everything that is uncertain about this chapter and everything that is out of the ordinary and supernatural, could that potentially be all a delusion of Takuji's? Could it be the case that this entire plot is Takuji's own invention and there is nothing that is genuinely going on? Like, for example, in that scene with the physics classroom, I mean, my god, that was hilarious. A physics teacher quite literally telling somebody to die, gotta love it. But yeah, it really proves that there was just so much that is delusional about Takuji. I mean, this scene here, it really is quite something. Oh yeah, and it's interesting that Didudu scene as well. Yeah, so let's... Oh god! Anyway, let's just get a little bit of context dump. Reread the top bit, why not? Oh my god. Okay, that's another thing before we get into this. So basically, in episode 2, when Yuki first investigates Takuji's desk, and obviously all of the fingerprints that were on, sorry, I mean Zakudor's desk, and obviously the fingerprints that were on them, when she went, she quite literally opened the drawer and she put her hand in to try and see if there were any books that have relation to Zakudor. She literally makes a point about there being a slimy substance. I was potentially thinking that that could be a hint of the supernatural. I don't know. I mean, it's just a bit weird for there to be a slimy substance. Yeah. I feel like on every single video, I feel like there is just somebody on one playthrough of every single chapter 2 in Subarashiki Hibi that just comments after you've read a bit of chapter 3. Come back to this scene and you will know why. This is so fucked. Yeah. Yeah, but it is interesting, this conversation with Didudu. And it is interesting that this is the time in which Takuji remembers it. Could you imagine if this is... Oh, right. I'm gonna basically spoil the entire plot of Umineko, so skip on if you don't care, if you care about that. Is it like Yasuda, where, you know, you have multiple personalities of her and multiple renditions of her? I mean, it's up to interpretation whether, well, what the true form of all of those personalities are, but maybe it could be like that. Maybe all of these are variants of Zakudor. Who knows? Yeah, but that's the really weird thing. I just genuinely don't understand why the world is destroyed. Totally sounds like Zakudor. I just find it so funny how they say her name. It's such a ridiculous name. I really wonder what it means. Oh, this is something that was staring me straight into the face, but I never realised. Us. That's weird. That is really unusual that it's us rather than me. But the only thing is, I don't know how to interpret any of this. I don't know if it's just Takuji's delusions or if it is genuinely something more going on. Yeah, that's really weird. I will be able to verify if this is all a delusion of Takuji's when firstly we see what happens later when we see sort of something similar to what happened in episode 2. Maybe we're going to see behind the scenes of how Takuji developed into, let's be honest, somebody who was very delusional and psychotic, really. Oh no, he wasn't psychotic, but he was very, very mentally unstable. Or maybe he was psychotic, judging by the extent of his delusions when he was really, really paranoid in class. But I will be able to confirm if this is a delusion once we see Ayana, I think. It just really depends on what she says, because I think either Ayana is trying to make it so that Takuji's world is as awful as possible, or maybe it's a delusion that he's having. But maybe the delusion is made by Ayana, who knows? I'm so used to saying Aya, you know, Shameiru Aya from Toho, but no. It's Otonashi Ayana. Yeah, but it is really weird, this. Yeah, I totally see that. He really didn't, and it's just tragic to think about the fact that there was such a potential for a relationship, but it never happened, and because of the fact that it's never happened, he's never really known anything about Zakudo's life, let's be honest here. Oh. Is there anything in the desk? That's really unusual, because I swear I remember with Yuki there being books inside. That's odd. There was nothing in Takashima-san's desk. Though, now that I think of it, I did check... God, that was the last thing I expected. No, now that I think of it, I did check earlier before I stuck my thing. If anything was still there, yeah, reasonable. It would be covered in semen at this point. Well, thinking calmly, there's no way that would happen. If anything was left, it would have been... Yeah, reasonably. Yeah. If anything was left, it would have been collected as articles of the deceased. But she sure is shy. She was so talkative earlier, but now she isn't talking at all. She won't tell me anything. It's only because of the fact that Takuji is perceiving the fact that the Zakudo is telling. But the only thing is, I suppose, the perception is obviously influenced by how he perceives external... I don't know, could you say external stimuli, really? Because I suppose the desk kind of was a stimulus, and how he perceived that stimulus then kind of affected how the delusion appeared to him. But because of the fact that it's obvious and it's really, really just staring him in the face that there's nothing to perceive from this, could that maybe be saying that that's why he doesn't perceive anything in the delusion? I hope you get what I mean. I put it a bit confusingly, but yeah. I read in a book that after sex, the man is supposed to be kind to the woman. Is that it? Right, I don't know. I have to put in the effort here. I mean, it's a bit of a weird thing to read, but at the same time, I don't really understand. It's not really... Don't say after sex, just say in general. I mean, it should be a two-way relationship, but I suppose if that's a way of making it so that Takuji's a bit more motivated, sure, that's fine, but it's just a bit weird. Well, this is Subarashiki Hibi, why would it not be weird? I have to put in the effort here. I'm used to this from my... Oh, God. Oh, I know plenty of ways to make a tsundere like this open up her. That's actually really quite interesting how he really is using everything he's learned in, let's be honest, eroges in real life. This is hilarious. That's right. It's perfect. I know what to do. The desk will open its heart, and then it will certainly tell me the truth about Takashima-san. Now tell me about it. What? The desk gradually opened its heart to me. I can tell by this feeling that she's very kind. The texture of the desk is kind, but the only thing is, why does that have anything to do with Zakudou? I mean, I get that this was the desk that she used, and obviously the desk that she spent all of her days studying on, but at the same time, I mean, it doesn't really tell you anything. So somebody using something that has been processed in an industrial unit is kind. I just don't understand. She's a good girl. Yeah, various words appeared on the surface of her desk. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, I really do wonder what Takuji would have thought of these scribbles if he actually found out what they meant. This is Takashima-san's heart. These scribblings. A bunch of stuff appeared. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he's literally had sex with the desk and yet he's never even noticed the fact that there are these scribbles on here? Her truth appeared. The words of truth made me hold my breath. Yeah, reasonable. Spiral matai? What does that even mean? Oh. Oh yeah, Elohimuro. Yeah. Her desk was covered in words that she probably carved into it herself. Yeah. Now they're all being made clear to us. It's so weird. I mean, what does any of this mean? But isn't it interesting? This reminds me of the physics bug that Zakudou was talking about, and the fact that you suicide to reverse the damage that has been done to humanity or something like that. I mean, she always said she was doing it to reverse the damage that had been done to herself. It was as if she was a warrior. I mean, obviously this is Takuji's interpretation, but it's an interpretation based on what Zakudou may have said. Maybe you could think of her as a warrior who has died for her cause to, I don't know, forget about this disease that's ruining her. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a metaphorical way of saying depression or something really awful that's related to bullying. Who knows? What is this? They only gave me more questions. Seriously, yeah. I mean, obviously Takuji didn't really know Zakudou too well, but at the same time, I mean, it's funny that he knew somebody so much so that, I mean... Okay, dude, they saw each other twice. But anyway, yeah, they did know each other really well, though, from those two visits. They were really beneficial. But, yeah, what my point is that, yeah, you don't know anything. They only gave me more questions. With one exception. Oh, that's interesting. Why did she know that? I don't understand why she thinks this is the case. The world will end on July 20th, 2012. Noise. That's weird. The noise that has suddenly appeared in front of my head passed through my hippocampus and then tumbled down my spine. What the fuck is a hippocampus? Oh, right. It's a major component of the brain that humans and other vertebrates have. A smooth, curved formation located deep in the temporal lobe of the brain. Oh god, there's so many things that I don't know about. Forming memory, spatial navigation, and emotional processing. Alright, I see. And it's constantly working so that you can learn about your environment, and you can learn from your environment, and you can then react to the stimuli that external environments give, I'd assume. Yeah, isn't it interesting? Why did Takuji create all of this conspiracy if there was maybe some uncertainty about the world ending on July the 20th? What made him believe the conspiracy so much that he wanted to do it? Was it because of his trust in Zakuro, or was it something else? Or grief, obviously. The noise that has suddenly appeared in front of my head passed through my hippocampus and then tumbled down my spine. That's really unusual. Calm down. You've been calm up until now. Yeah, no, I do. Okay, you've literally fucked a desk. Maybe you got a little bit ahead of yourself too much. To be fair, I get that obviously he was really quite frantic there, but at the same time, I mean, obviously no, I can't say that he was calm, even though obviously most of the time when you're calm, it implies that you are really quite apprehensive and stressed, and you're irritated, but not really here. You've been calm up until now. You were calm no matter what. But still, what is it? Yeah, seriously, what is it? It's really weird. Why is this here? What the fuck? Who's that? Was that his mum? Why? Something like this. It's that, isn't it? That's really dodgy. What? Oh my god, yeah, Webbot project! That's where it comes from. Mother, the world will end on July the 20th. Why is this prediction?
2012
We're finally seeing a shot of her mother. What is on her face? It looks like a visor. Yeah, I'm really interested. I hope we get will we get knowledge of where the Webbot project actually ties into all of this? July 20th, 2012. What? That is the day the world will return to the sky. What the fuck does that even mean? What? That's really weird. But the only thing is, how can a world return to a sky? I mean, even if you just try to metaphorically picture that, how could you do so? Why is the world not in the sky to begin with? That's really weird. Yeah, just one more week. Yeah. Until July 20th, 2012. The day the world will return to the sky. The day the world will become the sky. What, because of the fact that there'll be no people that will define what the world truly is that will be living? But the only thing is, what about all of the nature of the world and all of the natural structures and, well, I don't know, just anything you could think of, really, that defines the land we live on? What about all of that? The day the world will become the sky. The day that everything will be dyed with the sky. Oh yeah, funny about the fact that there was a red colour on the sky, and obviously, firstly, that there was a red colour of the sky, so as a result of that, everyone was coloured with death at the end of the world, but also, funny to think about episode 1, there was no change of colour in the sky, because there was never going to be a consequence due to the world ending, and ironically, the world never did end, or at least that's what we think. The day everything will be dyed with the sky. Takuji's mum really sounds like Ayana. I swear to God. Yeah, my mother always talks about that day. His mother seems really delusional. God. Yeah, so I remember it. I truly wanted to forget it. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I mean, I'm sorry, but who would be so irresponsible of a person that they would talk about something like this in front of their own kid, who's probably not too old as well? I mean, how bad of an influence can you be? So I remember it. I truly want to forget it. I always pretended that I had forgotten it. But still, I was afraid of that day approaching. Yeah, my god, it's only a week away now, yeah? Yeah, totally. Isn't it interesting that even though Takuji feels as if he has such a love to his mother, and he obviously appreciates his mother for only the good things that has happened, he can still, without getting too sentimental, say something like that. There was something last time I remember. Is this just the H scene? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, no. We're not going to find it, I don't think. But there was one scene. Oh, yeah, where he just says, Anshin, Anshin, Anshin. Yeah, in other words, relax. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and he wanted to import that technique that his mother had taught him to do. Just so that, he could feel as if by relaxing he's making his mother proud, that he obviously now feels as if has gone so mental that it's as if she's died. Even though she is living. That was one of the delusions born of my mother's sick mind. There's no such thing as a day when we'll return to the sky. Yeah. But the only thing is, I mean, what happens to your existence when we do return to the sky? That's the thing that makes no sense. And I forgot those words. No. I had acted as if I had forgotten them. Well, no, I don't blame him. And especially because of the fact that he's tried to forget them. It's as if it's finally came real, which is a good thing. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. But as the day approached, my depression grew. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. He sounds very impressionable at this age as well. Fucking awful parenting, but yep. Let's not go there. But as the day approached, my depression grew. The delusion invaded and tortured my mind as well. I always repeated, it's just a delusion in my head to try and convince myself that it was. Oh god, I feel bad because he just really can't tell. And he's trying so hard to forcibly justify the fact that this is not real. I try to convince myself with words. That day doesn't exist. Nothing like that exists. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. My mother was crazy. Yep. I don't know about weak, but she was odd. She really was. The only thing we know about her is she's a bad influence and she's abusive, really. My mother loved me, but she was crazy. Agreed, yeah. But also, I kind of agree with that, yeah. She went crazy because she loved me too much. She went crazy for my sake. It is interesting that. I don't necessarily agree, but I just find it so interesting. I don't necessarily agree. I feel like somebody like this would always be like this. She did objectively do bad things to Takuji, but the only thing is Takuji... I think Takuji probably exaggerates how good of a woman she was because of the fact that she's gone, basically. I don't blame him. I mean, I get that it's not the objective truth, but at least it makes him happier. And let's be honest, he's the only person who's going to have this person as a mum, so... Yeah, exaggerate it all you want. Like, genuinely, it's your opinion. You're free to exaggerate it. Even if it's not true to you, if it's less painful. Sometimes it can be bad, but in situations like these, I genuinely don't see what's wrong with it. Because, I mean, obviously, what's better? Having... Oh my god, we're going into Umineko territory now. Like, what's better? Being naive and happy, and yet... Well, not really, well, deliberately being naive and happy, or being knowledgeable and the opposite. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love my mother, but everything she said was delusional. Yeah, totally. Yeah, her mind was completely broken. If I'm going to be honest, I'm actually really surprised that she was fit to raise a kid. But I can kind of see what Takuji was saying. I mean, if her mind was completely delusional, it must have been so difficult in order to actually raise somebody and make it so that they grow up to a standard that they'd like. Being delusional and actually wanting good for your kid, I mean, that's just such a sad combination, because obviously this parent wants kid to support, well, Takuji to do as well as possible, but the only thing is it's just impossible for that to happen. Yeah, no, I see that. That's just really, really odd. The only thing is I don't really understand what you interpret as the world here. So I can't believe what she said. Yeah, totally reasonable. Oh, she loved me, but I can't believe her. I know it's awful that, but I can totally see why. He has an older brother? What? My older brother knew that well. So he resisted. Is had the more appropriate word to use? Then what is this? That's really, really dodgy. The fact that this is just totally... Well, it's as if there is something really, really bad that has happened with regards to Takuji's mum. So much so that, No, but that's actually really weird because Hasaki had a twin as well as a potential older brother that Takuji had, and yet there were only 2 of them, and I don't even know why, but Takuji doesn't even acknowledge Hasaki's existence, I get the impression of. It's really odd. Or maybe it's just the case that that's the last thing on his mind, I don't know, but could you imagine if the older brother was actually killed by Takuji's mum? That would be insane. But it's interesting to think about the fact that the older brother resisted to the mother's delusions, yet Takuji, even though it really troubled him and it made him grow really depressed, he still just hung on because he loved his mother a lot. Yeah, but the thing is with the older brother, I really wonder what happened to him. I mean, it's obviously quite bad if it's just something Takuji instinctively wants to think away from. Yeah, seriously, then what is this? The prediction was written in front of my eyes. Yeah, exactly, yeah, the prediction had been written by Takashima-san. So what is this? The day it will return to the sky. I know, it's weird. The world must return. That... I know about the day all will return to the sky. I just genuinely don't understand why the fact that Takuji's mum is so delusional, and obviously whatever happened to the older brother, that's really going to influence my perception on her, holy shit. But yeah, it's just so weird to think about the fact that she has genuinely predicted this, and then obviously I instinctively want to ask the question of why and how the fuck could you do something like this? The limit of the world, the edge of the world, the end of the world. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but if you ask me, that kind of reminds me of the beginning of episode 2 saying the limit of the world. But the limit of the world was more, if you ask me, being talked about as a concept to show just the limit of how far you would go, and the limit of, because of the fact that people have their realities and people have their own worlds that are created for them, and obviously all of those worlds intertwine to give us the planet that we live on. The limit of Takuji's world is kind of the limit of what he is capable of doing within that world. Because when he's standing at the edge of the world, it's as if, and quite ironically, it's as if in the end of the story, he's done everything he can do, so he's at the limit of what he will do. Funnily enough, the world's at its end. It's a bit weird. But I think the limit of the world explains more about what happens in episode 2, rather than a metaphorical explanation for the end of the world, if you ask me. Hold up. She called it the day the world will return to the sky. But that's the thing that's really, really odd, because of the fact that this is the exact phrasing not only Ayana uses, but also Zakuro too. Agreed, yeah, why would Takashima-san know about that? Yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, why is my mother's prediction written on Takashima-san's desk? I instinctively... Yeah, no, I don't blame him. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I instinctively defaced the words. This can't be here. But... Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, it is odd. Why is this here? No, because I always thought that this was a real indication about the fact that Zakuji, I really just said that. Takuro and Zakuji, I should just die. Oh my fucking god, I was about to say Takuro. Takuji and Zakuro. Okay, there we are. 3 bullets later. Takuji and Zakuro. I always thought that they were in this and they were conspiring together in order to create some grand scheme of things, but no. Why is this here? Hey. I shook the desk and asked. Yeah, isn't that funny that? But the only thing is it only opens its heart because you're perceiving that it does, and you're finding coincidental clues that allude to the illusion of... Well, that add to the illusion of the fact that its heart is being opened. Yeah, the desk that had opened its heart to me before now stood silent. Why won't you tell me? Oh, I know. I would really love to hear. Genuinely. You're Takashima-san's desk, aren't you? You've always been with her, right? You know everything about her, don't you? Hey. Huh? Aw. What's happened? The reason why the desk closed its heart. The reason why the desk stopped talking to me. It was never talking to you in the first place. I didn't know at first, but then I understood. Aw. Oh, that's a very big coincidence, but at the same time I can totally see that. Run! Nobody has been fucking a classroom desk. No way. I heard voices in the hall. What, like actual voices or just voices you perceive? I wonder. Ah, okay. When I looked at the clock, class was ending. Oh god, get out! Especially when people whip. Oh, it wouldn't be a very nice smell, would it? Oh my god, I really wonder what people in the classroom would think. Especially if they actually saw cum on the flowers, for example. The students in this class will be coming back soon. That's what it was. What? Please run. Yeah, run. Genuinely. Isn't it interesting that he's totally perceiving this? And isn't it ironic to think about the fact they really have similar voices, if you ask me. Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah, I'll take it from here. Thanks. What a heroic desk. I heard the desk's voice. She forced herself to talk for my sake. Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe, ironically, this could actually lead to something that's really quite key about the story. Maybe Zakudor. Maybe it was as if Zakudor had done this for our sake. I don't know. I knew she would. That desk always supported Takashima-san. Yeah, so it's as if the desk is quite literally breaking the laws of reality and talking just because of... Well, I suppose it's breaking the state it's initially meant to be in to be able to talk to Takuji, and that's probably why he's so supportive of the fact that the desk is doing this. I said my thanks to the desk. Then I obeyed her words and ran out into the hall. Yeah, reasonable. Oh my god, yeah, the bell sound totally cut off. He really is running. I wonder where he's going to go. The sound of the bell. Yeah. The signal for people to flow out into the halls. I have to run. Quickly. Swiftly. As fast as my feet can carry me. Yeah, interesting. Where's he going? Oh. What was that? Yeah, I don't blame him for being that troubled. I really don't. I wonder what he's going to think now. Why were my mother's words there? Those were the words the desk told me. The words... Oh my god, I know. Oh, that's horrible. So, yeah, the words Takuji's lover has left for him are the same as the words that, obviously, I mean... Maybe so that could kind of... Well, maybe the fact that the words are really similar to her mother's could imply that maybe Zakudor had similar thought processes to Takuji's mother. I mean, incredibly delusional, but mainly saying she will do things that are crazy just because of the fact that she loves Takuji? I don't know. The words the desk told me. The words that Takashima-san had left for me. Those are words I knew very well. Yeah, it's odd. It really is weird. Yeah. No, they were words I had already left behind. They were words that shouldn't have been there after all this time. July 20th, 2012. The day all will return to the sky. My mother's words. My mother's delusions. Yeah, but the only thing is now they're being read. Why? Yeah, something that only exists in my mother's head. Yeah, that's a good point. I suppose you could say... You could link it to that, yeah. The limit of my mother's world. Yes, that is something that is only happening in my mother's head. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah. It's a reality that's only in my mother's head. Yeah. But he doesn't know about the Webbot project, it seems. Why was that written on Takashima-san's desk? Did the inside of my mother's head start leaking into the world? I know, it's really weird. I mean, people can read minds. By the way, I really don't understand anything about the mind reading. I think it can be explained because of the fact that Takuji doesn't intend to, but when he's nervous, he accidentally talks to himself. But he doesn't realise he does it. Maybe that's the same for Yuki, but I'm sorry, I just can't really see somebody as socially confident as Yuki do that. I don't know. Did the inside of my mother's head start leaking out into the world? It's all... Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable. Or maybe it's just a ridiculous coincidence. No way it isn't. Did a delusion start spreading to the world? It's the Webbot project, surely? Yeah, that's impossible. No, I don't blame him. He's really troubled by this. But I don't blame him. I mean, if anything, I get that it's an unpleasant memory, but at the same time, it's just a personal... It is a really, really personal memory, something like this. And just the fact that you aren't the only person who has not only associations with that, but also knowledge of it. It must be really creepy. That's impossible. Yeah. There's no way the inside of a person's head could leak into the world. Yeah. There's no way the insides of a person's head could spread into the world. That's absolutely impossible. I ran with all my might. I ran without thinking. Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame him. I was scared of the words the desk had told me. God, he's properly disturbed. You don't need to be scared. Who said that? Is this... Even if the end of everything is approaching. But who's saying this? I don't understand. Is he going to his manhole hideout? Looks like it. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he really is. I mean, this is just a reaction of proper stress. It's just... Everything is so different now. I mean, my God, it's just proper fight or flight desperation. Don't worry. I'll protect... Who's this speaking? I'll return you to the sky. That's odd. You. The world. I'll return it all. That's really odd. I don't really understand why, but the dashes are on one side here and they're on the other side. But it's funny that when the dashes are on the right side, it's talking about returning. Obviously returning everything to the world, returning everything to the sky when the end of the world has approached. And then this is talking about protection. It's weird. I don't know why that was the case. Oh yeah. And it was talking about protection here. So how many are there? There's 4, right? That's odd. So there's 4 of each type of formatting for the sentence. I wonder why. Yeah, but that is odd. Yeah, but I just really don't understand who's speaking in this little part of Takuji's thoughts. The day the world will be destroyed, my mother said it will return to the sky. Or maybe this is just a past little monologue he's remembering. Well, not really monologue, I don't know why I said that, but a past little just passage of what his mother was telling him, maybe. Yeah, the day the world will be destroyed, my mother said she would return it to the sky. Huh? She? How would she do it? I'm sorry, but you're a human being. I don't really understand why you'd be a literal god. That's really weird. The day the world will be destroyed, my mother said she would return it to the sky. How does one human being casually return a world to a sky? I don't get it. Before the world is destroyed. Why is that prediction? Oh, yeah, I don't blame him for coming down here. He needs comfort, let's be honest here. I mean, this has been such... Let's be honest, this has been such a reminder of something that has incredibly troubled him. And, I mean, it must be something really creepy. Something that you thought you had such a clear definition of the fact that the memory was just specific to you and your childhood. But no, it isn't erased words. Delusions that had already disappeared. But still, the desk had spoken. Even while it was bent over upon hands and knees. That desk, kindly, honestly, spoke of the end of the world. No, I do kind of see that, yeah. It's odd, July 20th, 2012. My mother died 7 years ago, holy fuck. She's been like this for 7 years. Jesus Christ. That's horrible. My mother died 7 years ago. Isn't it interesting that Takuji never speaks of his father, by the way? Can I just mention that? Agreed. Yeah. Isn't it interesting that when she made the prediction, that was also when everything kind of began going really, really haywire? Because she made the prediction and she posted it on the Webbot project, but that was also the same time she started to become deranged. That's really odd. Her prediction should have disappeared along with her. But still. Oh, yeah. Why did Takashima-san's desk say that? Why had the erased words appeared again? Mother. Oh, we're in grayscale now. My mother. My beloved mother. That's odd. Oh, I kind of see what it could potentially be referring to as in the sky now. I mean, returning somebody to an afterlife. I mean, like what Ayana said, I mean, obviously it's an entity that's within the realm of what we can perceive and within this world. So, I suppose an afterlife could be referring to the sky, but how? I don't know. We will never know, to be honest. Yeah, but that's really weird. It kind of implies that, I don't know, maybe she tried to kill the older brother for not believing about the delusions. I don't know, it's really weird. My cruel mother who tried to return the other one to the sky. I love her. That's really weird though, seriously. I do wonder what's happened. I love her. But, oh, an interesting little photo here. Yeah, she's gone. This is the most awful thing. To think about the fact that it's as if his insane mother has basically gone, even though she is still living. I mean, my god, I think it's just so sad how much Takuji believes that's the case. I really do wonder what would happen. I mean, obviously he wouldn't do it because it would be way too painful for him, but I just wonder what would happen if he tried to start up a conversation with his mum. I really do wonder what would happen. I mean, she quite literally just sits there. She is devoid of all care in life. To be honest, I don't know how she lives. I really, really don't. She's not here anymore. Yeah, totally. Yeah, she returned to the sky alone. She alone is walking in the sky. Yeah, no, I see that. And that kind of implies that there wasn't a good relationship between the father and mother, maybe? If they're not walking together. Or maybe it's because Takuji didn't like his father and he just doesn't perceive his existence. Maybe? God is in the sky. Yeah, God exists and he made the world. What? He created countless failed worlds. Yeah, but I can kind of see that with the context of Subarashiki Hibi. But then the question is, who is God? My mother is by his side. My mother is laughing at his side. Yeah, but that's interesting because it kind of implies that the day creation... But the only thing is I don't understand that because a sky is part of creation, surely? What would happen to the sky if the sky was returning to the sky because of the fact that it's a part of creation? That's odd. And she laughs because she is at God's side. Her flesh has perished. A higher spirit covers the world. Yeah, no, I see that. That's odd. Only my vulgar side remains. Only my vulgar side. I only try to live diligently at home. Otherwise I am vulgarity itself. At home I listen to classical music. Yeah, but that is reasonable, yeah. In my base I masturbate to recordings. Right, okay. At home I study. Oh god, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, fair enough. Where does he even buy it from? Yeah. Oh god, I know what's coming. I read Edogears. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Jesus Christ, Takuji, you are so bad at this. Yeah, no, I do kind of see that. To be honest, I'm gonna make a real leap. Let me just fully get a definition of vulgarity, just to confirm what I'm saying. Oh yeah, lacking sophistication or good taste. Okay, right, I'm gonna make a leap and say I don't agree. I don't agree because even though it is low... Okay, this is incredibly controversial. It depends on... Oh, I don't know. No, actually, I don't know. Okay, firstly, it depends on if it's legal or not. If it is legal, it's obviously wrong a bit. But at the same time, at least it's not as bad as it being illegal. I mean, let's be honest, every teen does something like this. But what I'm trying to say is he is just doing normal things a teen would do. Let's be honest here. As long as it's not illegal NSFW he looks at. So basically he's... I mean, he probably does it way too much though. So that's probably... He probably does it way too much and he probably has an addiction to it just because of how many methods and how much all of his habits kind of define himself. But, yeah. I think he's only vulgar because he's addicted. If he wants to... Oh, but the only thing is then I forgot the argument of the fact that he does it all at school. Okay, yeah. I think even if he wasn't addicted, I don't think you could contradict this statement, actually. I mean, you are technically doing something illegal there as well. I mean, you are kind of doing it in public, even though it's in... To be fair, I mean, that part, obviously anybody can access it, but anybody who knows about the place can access it, not just anybody. And staff, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, but isn't it odd to think about the fact that the mother is... It's as if the mother is... Firstly, the mother is dead, but secondly... Well... It's as if she's sneering down on the people who are vulnerable and who are so filled with conspiracy that... No, sorry, so... Well, she's so filled with conspiracy that she feels there is 100%... I don't know, maybe I could say there's 100% evidence that she... well, her conspiracy will be correct. It will be the one that will be accurate. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, but that is actually really interesting because there is no diligent side to Takuji anymore because he doesn't feel as if he wants to expose himself to the conditions that his house give him. I do find it really odd after the dream though he had, without knowing, gone to his house. I don't understand that at all. That's actually a weird discrepancy if you ask me. I mean, maybe he was in his house to begin with before any of that happened and he just dreamt the whole thing up, but I feel like it's unlikely. Because what was happening before he discovered Zakudou having killed herself? Was he on the way home? No. He'd gone... Was that the day where... No, that wasn't the day where he'd got snacks. And he'd brought them back, and then he obviously got near Yuki when coming back. No, wait, I'm getting confused with... I can't remember. I'll just search it up. Oh my god, I just found something out really essential that I totally forgot. Okay, firstly, the reason Takuji came out of the manhole to get the convenience store related goods, obviously he didn't have enough food, but then he was followed by Tsukasa and Kagami, that really weird scene where Tsukasa really explains how worried she is. Kagami is just totally wanting to give up because she doesn't see any hope, but obviously Tsukasa is the opposite, the more responsible one. But also another part was Zakudou came out of the manhole. I mean, how key is that? She came out of the manhole while we were not in it, and then once she saw us she just ran away. But I always think that's because of the fact that she was distressed due to bullying. Now, we do know, I mean, obviously this was before the incident happened. Maybe it could have been something that led to the incident. We do know that something happened at the end. At the end of Zakudou's life that obviously the Megu's lot and Tsubasa's crowd were talking about a bit when we were seeing that drug scene. But, yeah, that could be relevant. I don't know. Maybe she was so stressed that she didn't even want to talk to us. And then maybe afterwards when we had our last conversation with her, she tried to talk to us, but she just couldn't. She was just too stressed about what was going on in her life. I don't know. Yeah, but now there's no diligent... He doesn't need to put on a diligent face anymore. Isn't it interesting to think about just how little discipline he has and how much a teenager can really suffer because of this lack of discipline. Yeah, reasonable, yeah. Yeah, no, I remember there was a part at the beginning that made me really, really skeptical of Takuji, just saying the fact that he was only good at home, and then anything can happen down in the base. Anything. I am vulgarity itself. I'm only a good child at home. An immaculate child. Yeah, totally, yeah. Jesus Christ, you're horny. Oh yeah, funny that the white background is here, because this is always the background that flashes in the H scenes when somebody is about to, well, do something like that. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I get that Takuji obviously really gets distracted on his thoughts, and when I say really distracted, I mean it's so bad that he can barely concentrate on anything, but fucking hell, he's bad. He really is. But the only thing is, isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he says his life is basically this? He knows it. He recognizes it, and he admits that he's doing it. But at the same time, it's his life. It would be wrong to him if he changed it, and that's the thing that's horrible. I revolve and accelerate my hand. Oh god. My hand, yeah. Right. It repeats over and over. Right. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god, what's happening here? That's really odd. Oh, that's really interesting because we have, yeah. We have the secret base kind of merging with the room, and it's as if it's kind of similar to Takuji's personalities merging. Yeah, an endless up and down exercise. Right. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, my home is saintly and my base is filthy. Agreed, yeah. I'll go back and forth time and time again. What? When coming or when returning from home to base? Yeah, probably. Oh, no. That's why those words come back to me. I feel like Takuji's ridiculously insecure. Can I just mention that? And let's be honest, a sex addiction is the only thing that... Well, not even that, just coming addiction is the only thing that he can really... well, he can really handle. Back to me. Those words came back. To remind me of the limit where I must return to the sky. That's weird. What? Yeah. No way, that's the first thing he thinks about. It means that the end of this up and down motion is fast approaching. Time for that. What? Oh my fucking god. Okay, I was really bored in break and I looked this word up in the dictionary. It doesn't even exist. Like, I looked at an English language dictionary. It was 900 pages long. Okay, I'm sorry. Before you ask, I was really fucking bored. I was looking up any word I could find in the dictionary. Let's try something different. Oh my god, you avoid using the same old rotation. What, imagine it's Zakudor when you're doing it. Is that what you're going to do? Oh god, add something new to the rotation. But the lotion dry... Jesus Christ. Isn't it interesting just listening to Takuji's thoughts? It is like being in a total roller coaster because, I mean, it's just really, really interesting. You often see with visual novels, you never really... It's always stuff like this. It's always something that's just used. I mean, Higurashi, for example, stuff like that. It's always used for humor. The only... Oh, this is ironic. The only people in Higurashi that have real unpleasant sex-related things are... Right, spoilers for Higurashi. Obviously, Mamiya, Rina, and, I suppose Teppe, maybe? Hojo Teppe? The guy who reminds me of Tsubasa. Dries up. Oh my fucking god, what? That's weird. Yeah, reasonable. Or maybe you've just got it on a bad day, or maybe you need different lotion. It doesn't necessarily symbolise it, but I see what he means. It's interesting just how he takes... No, this is something that's... Oh, I find it funny that the images are going faster now. Yeah, it's as if the life is just disappearing, and funnily enough, I think the desk is becoming... Well, the basement is becoming more and more prominent in this set of images. I hate this slideshow, by the way, can I just mention? I really do. But, yeah, and it is interesting that... But he's just so insecure, and because of the fact that he's on his own. Like, the whole reason that... Well, there's fun to doing stuff like this is the fact that you're always worried if you're going to get caught. And obviously, because of that worry, you do it in moderation. But obviously, with people like Takuji... Oh yeah, I'm kind of doing what Takuji did, by the way. I'm getting totally distracted. But yeah, with people like Takuji, no moderation, no control. Obvious, really, really good causes for addiction. And obviously, reading porn as well. Of course, that would contribute to it. But also, with Higurashi... For example, really, really psychological VN. But at the same time, I've just never really read a VN that's focused on sex-related stuff so much. But yeah, it's just a side of teenagers that, let's be honest, I've not really read much about. I mean, obviously, it's something that's really... Of course it's relatable. It's relatable to any teenager, but yeah. It's obviously if... Your life is masturbation. I feel very bad for you. Let's just say that. Yeah, it's so weird. The disappearing pleasure. Oh yeah, totally. I totally agree with that last one. Yeah, and isn't it funny that we are seeing the secret base so much more than we are seeing the house now? I knew that. That wasn't just my... I feel like that wasn't just my instincts. It's genuinely happening. The disappearing pleasure, the increasing pain. That's right. What? Are you okay, Takuji? Oh my god. Right. Oh my god. I mean, I get that Takuji has had really developed sexual fantasies, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not even going to ask what he fantasizes about. Those words came back to me. What? God, he's really, really having a panic attack, whatever's going on. It had been more than... Maybe this is the problem that he always thinks about with regards to the heat. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that he's completely forgotten about his tiredness and all of the weather-related things at the end? It had been more than 10 years ago. Everyone was spreading rumours about an absurd prediction. A prediction from a long time ago. Nostradamus' great prediction. At that time, my mother was very kind. That's odd. She believed in the end of the world and became the person who always smiled. The ice cream she used to buy me was delicious. July 20th, 2012. That's odd. She fed me lots of good food to prepare for me for that day. Jesus, yeah, he really needs to. I mean, my God, if he's doing... He has been in proper shock for so much time. Calm down. Be calm. Be logical. That's what's important. There's... Yeah. There's no other solution. I can totally see that. But the only thing is, I mean, even if you are calm, logical, and rational, I mean... What are you going to be able to do? This is a threat that is far above the level of which you can interfere with, really. Calm down and think. Let's think. It's a challenge. What? Because it's so... He's just totally thinking out loud. Wow. What if... Wouldn't... What the fuck? This is really weird.
No. 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 She. No. She. No. She.
What?
No. She. No. She. No. No. She. No. She.
No, stop. This is really weird. I don't really understand. So he's probably just thinking about everything that's gone on with the classroom.
No. No. She. No. She. No. She. No. She. No. She.
No, stop. You're getting a bit confused. Just a little bit. Agreed, yeah. No matter what I do, it doesn't line up. There are parts that don't make any sense. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I should cool down for a bit. I'm getting too excited. Something to divert my attention. My attention. Read some, sure, just don't, obviously. Do you know what? I think doing something like that at a time like this is really, really damaging. That's right, I should read some manga. I pulled a manga from the bookshelf. Oh my god, what? It was one that had just been made into an anime. Mahou Shoujo Riruru. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's kind of a perverted manga. That's really weird to think about the fact that he has just totally forgotten about. I mean, it's not that he's forgotten about it, but it's as if... No, it is totally as if he has forgotten about everything that's gone on. But of course he would have. It's only natural because of the fact that that was in the dream. This is in the real world. And ironically, he is reliving the... Well, it was potentially in the dream. He discards everything as a dream, but whether it actually was a dream or not, that's the question. Alright, I should watch the anime I downloaded. Oh, fuck. The most ominous computer startup sound. Gotta love it. I turned on my computer and played the video. Mistake. Serious mistake. Oh my god. You're not going to divert your attention by doing this. I really wonder what would have happened if he read the manga. But isn't it interesting to think about the fact that whenever Takuji feels... It's interesting that everything beforehand, he's been totally stressed. And it's just natural, him thinking. But when he actually tries to force himself to think, yeah, he gets himself confused because there is so little that makes sense. So as a result of that, he has to distract himself. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I can see what he's saying. It's going to be interesting to see if this is different or not. Yeah, but isn't it interesting to think about the fact that there's... I mean, I suppose this is the horrible thing about Takuji, apart from Zakudou, obviously. But let's be honest, everything about Zakudou... There were a lot of things about Zakudou that were good, that were similar to this. It's interesting how you can make that connection as well. I just find it so ridiculous. But the only thing that I don't really understand is why would this be the case? Because this would imply that the signal that the world must feel pleasure. But what is it? I don't understand. Well, the world feels pleasure at the suffering of everybody else because of the fact that they all return to the sky. I don't get this analogy, I really don't. It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, but that is quite interesting. I mean... I really do wonder if that's a reference to Zakudo. I forgot what Nostradamus' prediction was. It's familiar. Oh, right, oh, yeah, I forgot, I made this exact comment before. Yeah, he's an astrologer, and yet he's a physician at the same time. Predictions, so he's been credited by, predicting really quite significant events. Weird. So apparently the French Revolution, the rise of Adolf Hitler, and the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001, and the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. Yeah, totally. So varied interpretations and also prone to multiple meanings, maybe prone to subjectivity as well. Weird. I think it's all bullshit personally, but yeah, it is really quite funny to think about the fact that everyone was spreading rumours about it. I really wonder if it was true. It is interesting that Takuji always remembers only the good things of his mother. It really is. Yeah. There are though, seriously. turned on my computer and played the video. Oh. Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is just like yesterday, isn't it? I did this yesterday. No, but the only thing is I thought you did that in the dream, though. I mean, or at least that's what he thought. Yeah, and then... Huh. What the fuck? Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, no, isn't that really interesting? That's really interesting. Oh, this is going to be quite something. I ran it on my base in a hurry. Yeah, no, I see that. But the only thing is, was that a delusion of Zakudor's ghost, or was it genuine? I think it was more a delusion, but at the same time, I mean, judging by the fact that it is one of the things that was staring us in the face the most, the fact that Zakudor's suicide could have potentially been done by a different Zakudor because of the sprite artwork. I mean, and it was literally staring us in the face every single time we looked at her character. That's the most hilarious thing, and yet we still don't notice it. yeah, but is this genuine or is it a delusional Zakudor? That's my question. Oh shit, what's happening? Takashima-san. Oh my god, yeah, he's still processing it. To be honest, he really does process these things in the most odd ways, but yeah, unfortunately, it's just really hard for him to actually come to a conclusion that this has genuinely happened. Takashima-san, she really committed suicide. Oh god, yeah, everything that happened yesterday was real. Then, was it real? I don't know if that's true. Takashima-san's ghost that I'd seen yesterday. That's impossible. Yeah, that's the worst thing. I mean, it's hard to tell. It really is. That's right, I only saw that because I was worked up after seeing her suicide. And if anything, I don't understand what Takuji has done. Apart from the incident where the bullies obviously forced him to, well, do stuff in her clothes, let's say. And then obviously things developed in the most disgusting and vile way they could have. But, yeah. Maybe that's just it. Yeah, maybe that's it. Just that one part was a dream. I don't understand, apart from that incident, what genuinely has been done by Takuji in order for Zakudor to be like that, though. What has he done to deserve that? Or maybe it's something we don't know about. Maybe it's something relating to his mum. Maybe Zakudor has some sort of connection that we have no idea about regarding the mum.
でも高島さんの自殺からあの記憶まで地続きな気がする。
Hang on, I'm just going to do something. The light on my PC is really bright. Oh, fuck off, man. I type nightlight. The option for nightlight comes up. I type night correctly, but then when I finish typing the word night, it searches it on the web. I mean, how fucking ridiculous is that? If I didn't type it correctly, sure, I could understand that, but I did. Okay, anyway, Windows being dumb, rant over. From the time I saw her suicide until that memory feels connected. It doesn't feel like only that one part was a dream. Yeah, it is odd, it really is. It doesn't feel like only that one part was a dream. Totally, yeah. Oh yeah, no, fair. That's why I thought that her suicide was a dream too. Yeah, it's totally reasonable, and it feels as if everything is so surreal, especially with the stuff that's happening with Kagami and Tsukasa, especially about Kagami just saying the fact that we are the root of all evil and that we deserve to perish, and yeah, it's weird. It really is. Maybe he's exaggerating what they're saying in his head, I don't know. That a suicide was a dream too. Yeah, but seeing a corpse is possible. Seeing a ghost itself is impossible, so... But still, doesn't that make it impossible that I witnessed her suicide? Exactly though, yeah. It's weird. It really is. But the only thing is, it's been verified about the fact that Zakudou has been the one who has jumped through from the rooftop. But at the same time, this is the weird thing. Everybody believes the fact that a Zakudou who is exactly the same and yet has different form has suicided. They believe it's Zakudou herself. I don't get that at all. What the hell is going on? What was a dream and what wasn't? I know it's really hard to tell. It is. Now calm down. Her suicide was real and her ghost was just a dream. This is the worst thing. I mean, you don't even know whether you should feel grief on this because you don't know whether it's really happened. You genuinely can't tell difference between fiction and reality. And? Yeah, that too. Yeah, then why was that prediction written on her desk? That prediction that my mother believed. Those words she had only told me. Yeah. Why were they written on Takashima-san's desk? Could it imply maybe some sort of past connection? I wonder. I do find it really interesting how Takuji feels everything's connected though. Yeah, I do wonder. But I wonder how far back that connection goes. Does it go all the way back out to Zakudou's suicide? So maybe it could be everything from Zakudou's suicide to, well, when he woke up, really. And obviously seeing Zakudou's ghost. Yeah. What was that? My mother's love for me. Isn't it interesting just how many different ways Takuji can see a multi-sided opinion just based on how many different views he has, really. Her love was her verbal abuse and her predictions. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Takashima-san also made these predictions and insulted me every day. She insulted me in various ways. She's yet another person who insulted me behind my back. I can kind of see that, because even though this may not have been something that is directly intended to insult Takuji, it's just because of the fact that well, that it's as if it's saying, oh, it's as if she's intruding onto Takuji's life and yet she's not even telling him why. She's completely abandoned him as well, which really doesn't help. And also, it's just the case that that sudden abandonment, really. Now he's trying to liken her to his mum, and he's probably going to see the good side of it now because of that. That's because she loved me. It is weird that, yeah, all the people who love me and some, it's horrible. It really is. Oh, the reason the cashier had a bad attitude. The reason the girls in my class were cold to me. It was all because of their love. They were all just this is such a weird way of viewing things. It's delusional as hell. Yeah, speaking of delusions, yeah. Even now, Takashima-san's desk is telling me that. The only thing that's horrible about these delusions is, even though they are, obviously, let me just get something straight, they are pure delusion. But the thing is, they are reasonable. They really are. Even now, Takashima-san's desk is telling me that. Telling me about at the end of the world. Yeah, then Takashima-san. Takashima-san was... Oh, that's odd. What, a headache? Oh, that's weird. Crap, I thought they were going away. Why is it? Jesus Christ, I don't know what's happening, but something is really hurting. Oh, that's weird. It's like my head is going to split open. My head was cloudy. It's Yuki. Oh, Mamiya-kun. That's weird. Oh, I can't see. The person in front of me is, Oh, if it isn't Mamiya Takuji-kun. What's this voice? Where is it coming from? Oh, that's odd. God, this is horrifying. I mean, it is also really interesting to me that Takuji never ever displays common sense that I think a normal person would display, and it's just really interesting how his thinking patterns, they're so unique. They really, really are. Yeah, but it's just so interesting that you would never be able to reason that the voice is coming from the person that is standing right in front of you, because of the fact that you can't visually prove that that's the case. From inside my head again. Just like before, someone I don't know inside my head. No, it's not. Yeah, no, this isn't a voice inside my head. He eventually reaches the reasonable conclusion, but at the same... God, this looks so weird. It looks really cool. He eventually reaches the reasonable conclusion, but at the same time, I mean, it takes him a long time. No, it's not. This isn't a voice inside my head. This is something else. This is... Yeah, it's her. God, I find that really quite funny. Her sprite looks so weird. I mean, firstly, she's wearing uniform, but secondly, I mean... I don't know, it just feels really weird seeing the character that we know and love. And what's this, by the way? What's that a bag for? With her sprite and not in a CG. I wonder if she has a sprite where she's looking at us directly rather than just sideways. You're that girl from my class. You're a fucking hypocrite. I'm Minakami. I can't even believe you don't remember people in your own class. Ugh. I'm kind of dizzy. Oh god, why's that? She's... Oh, that's interesting. She actually has great grades, even though she skips class. I thought she was just barely... Well, great grades, according to Takuji. She was saying that she was just barely trying to hit the pass line. Yeah, the girl who has great grades, even though she skips class, who's supposedly even stronger than the guys at our school. Yeah. She's a match for Yuki, and everyone loves her, and... Minakami Yuki-san. Oh my god, her sprite looks so weird. That's right. I don't like it, to be honest. But, yeah. That's right. But beside that, why are you in a place like this? Actually, where did you crawl out of? You weren't here a moment ago. Fuck, how are you going to answer that? I mean, she's not exactly a bully, but at the same time, I don't really know. You can't answer truthfully. That's just the bottom line. Where did I appear from? The place where I came into the world. Well, that'll be my mother's blank, of course. Oh my god. Yeah, you see what I mean about Takuji just thinking and interpreting things so weirdly. What a lewd woman. Don't ask me something like that. Does she want me to yell out, I came out of my mother's something? What nerve? What a scary woman. Scary. And his perceptions totally characterize how he actually thinks of these people. And that's why these perceptions are dangerous. They really are. This woman is scary. Why do you act like that when you see me? He's just totally scared. Oh shit, this is bad. Yeah. He's just getting into worse and worse situations. And why would you come out of there? Out of there? God, he's totally misunderstanding. Totally misunderstanding. You were born from your mother's something too, you know. How rude. Is she insulting my mother? Anyway, I should try to make something up to fool her. My mother would be upset if she heard I was talking to such a nasty woman.
いや、その財布をね。
It really is interesting to think about the fact that Takuji never really sees people. It always takes him a while to perceive people who are even right in front of him. It's really odd. Yeah, this was really interesting. Isn't it interesting that he just instinctively gets a headache when he's near people, by the way? Can I just mention that? Isn't it interesting? Just thoughts like these as well. I feel like somebody like Takuji, he's found it really, really hard to process the fact that he has received such little love in his life, and he's wanting to have received attention and love, so much so that he's even twisting situations where people are awful, people have been awful to him. So as a result of that, he's seeing the good just because he's so desperate, only seeing the good in them and completely ignoring the bad. Or, for example, in the case of his mother, just completely belittling the bad. And as a result of that, just using that to prove this love that he is desperately seeking is here. Well, it was my wallet. Sure. Yeah, why didn't Yuki see Takuji when she was probably walking around here then? I dropped my wallet in the pool. Your wallet? Oh god, yeah. Your wallet? Yeah, that's right, I dropped my wallet. I have to hurry. I'll be going then. Aw. I ran and then... Oh, shit. Oh, okay, reasonable, yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. I wonder, though, what if Yuki saw that, though? He would be dead. Oh, alright, so he's probably ran and then spied on Yuki, and obviously he's waited for her to go, and then obviously he's just ran into the place where nobody will suspect him. But still, that woman. I haven't really talked to her, but she's really nasty. Wandering around a place like that. She's nastier than I could have imagined, but you're doing it as well. Well, I think that shows a lot about what Takuji thinks of himself. Fair. Yeah. I thought only Shiroyama, Numada, and Yuki ever came around here. Anyway, I guess I shouldn't stand here. I wonder what he's doing. Yeah, fair. I guess I'll head back to my base. Huh? Oh shit, what? The power's on! Oh my fucking god. Okay, this is where stuff changes. What the fuck? Oh, it was coming. It was coming, let's be honest here. Oh, wow. Right, okay, just before we get onto this moment, I want to just check something. Right, here we go. Time to see everything unfold. Time to see a question of how the genuine hell is Takuji going to be driven to do what the hell he considers in episode 2. Yeah, you've been found out, man. You really have been. Isn't it funny that Ayana only appears after the 12th? Can I just mention that? Someone was there in the darkness. A black shadow slowly moved towards me, matching my steps as I walked down the hall. Oh my god, Higurashi spoilers, but you know how I always thought that Ayana sounds like Furude Rika? I mean, my god. Yeah, by matching steps, I can see why. For example, with Shion, I remember Rika was doing that entirely in Meakashi. Yeah. Who the hell are you? Shouldn't talk to me like that. Well, you shouldn't sneak into his base. As to be fair, it's not his. Why am I even thinking that? You shouldn't talk to me like that. Eh? A girl's voice? Oh, I can kind of see that. A girl can definitely be a monster. Look at Yuki, for example. I mean, if you got on the bad side of Yuki, sure, you could totally interpret her as a monster. Not a monster. That's... Oh my god, she looks terrifying. Fucking hell, she looks really, really deranged. That's interesting. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I don't think anything bad. Obviously, Takuji would probably have had mental deterioration just because of how insanely stressed he has been. But you really think anything would have been that bad? Oh, this is weird. This really is odd. You are Mamiya Takuji-kun. Yeah, so I feel... Oh, he knows her. But I feel like without Ayana being there, nothing would have happened. I just feel like she is the beginner of the crime. This face, her name is Otonashi Ayana, I think. Yeah, why is she here? This isn't actually a part of my base, but well, it's really close. Why is the light on though? The lights were on. But still, why would she be in the reservoir tank? Exactly, yeah. What's wrong? You look scared. It's not important. Why are you here? Interesting. I might ask the same of you. She always does that. I guess so, but don't answer a question with a question. She's so calm. I see why she'd say that. Why are you raising your voice? It's because meeting someone in a place like this is... scary. Huh? Well, of course. Who would not be scared of somebody who talks like this and who has eyes like she does? No, he is. Let's be honest here. There's no way I would be scared of a girl. Reasonable. That's right, I'm not scary. You could say I'm as kind as the devil. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, if you're as kind as the devil, that kind of implies that you're not very kind at all, and you're more malicious. Wait, no, hang on a second. If you're as kind as the devil is not exactly known for being kind. It's basically the opposite. It's saying that she's not kind at all. Everyone? Yeah, that's interesting. Everyone. I've never seen her talking to anyone else. Who exactly is everyone? Oh, that's interesting that she doesn't answer that. Who knows? Seriously? I've never heard of anybody named Who Knows. Yeah, totally relevant. Wow. Then how about Minakami-san? Minakami? She and Minakami Yuki know each other. Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I think Yuki is a really quite nice person if you get on her good side. She's awful if you get on her bad side. Let me just put that clear. She and Minakami Yuki know each other? I didn't think she was friends with anyone. Yeah, it's surprising, but she is. To think that she was talking to that nasty woman. That means... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, fair. The girl in front of me is another nasty woman. Who else? Oh, isn't that really funny to think about the fact that she says Minakami-san and then she says Minakami-san as well? Yeah, that's really significant, I think, because it's as if she's referring to different Yukis of different worlds. No, that is someone else. No, someone else. Yeah. Yep, and now Takuji's probably just realising that Ayana is on a similar level of weirdness to him. What's with her? I guess she doesn't know. I really wonder. What's with her? I guess she doesn't know anyone except Minakami-san. But that is actually really interesting. Why is it the case that she is talking to only the people who are the most significant within the story? And the people who always skip lessons, but let's not go there. Which means she might be another lonely girl without any friends. Yeah, she might be another Zakuro, to be honest. Yeah. Mamiyaku.
Nani?
What? Ah, funny about the fact that he never said that out loud. Total mind read, yeah. She just read my mind. What do you mean? Okay, that could be a coincidence, that phrase there. Yeah. Well, that sentence, I don't know why I said phrase. You're overreacting. It's not like I can read your mind. Huh? Oh my god. But how did you know what he was thinking? You have to be so stupid and simple-minded. I said the first thing that came to mind, and it ended up being exactly what you were thinking. Jesus Christ, you're rude. But the only thing is, I mean, I can kind of see why she would consider somebody like Takuji to be stupid and simple-minded. Maybe it's because of the fact that Takuji just had the normal human response of, obviously, something like this. Could that potentially be why? Because he's like everybody else, a clone of everybody else, a sheep. Dodgy excuse. What's up with her? She's really annoying. Dude, you just justified why you were not reading Takuji's mind. Yeah, I'm not annoying. Yeah. That's interesting. You don't find me annoying. Actually, you rather like me. God. Well, you're putting your words into Takuji's head. What's going on? Oh, never mind. She really is reading my mind. That's interesting. No, I could definitely see Yuki and Takuji getting along well. And I don't know about Ayana's personality. It really depends on what truly is behind Ayana. It really does. I'm the kind of girl you like. In fact, so is Minakami-san. Other than that, I don't like people like you at all. Really? That's interesting that he says that. I'm not even interested in anyone who isn't two-dimensional. Oh god. Yeah. Zakuro. You were interested in her. That's odd. In that case, I should be fine, since I'm not limited by anything like that. Yeah, what is she talking about? Are you trying to make a fool out of me? Oh my god. Not at all. I'm not trying to make a fool out of you. After all, you're already a fool. What did you say? You are really delusional. Holy fuck. That was a bit of humour. It's proof of our friendship, so to speak. Yeah. Or if it is humor, it's very one-sided. And that's a mark of an unhealthy friendship. People don't call unpleasant things humorous. Yes! Oh, was it unpleasant?
当たり前だ。
Of course it was. What? I thought you liked girls like this.
なんだそれ。
What are you talking about? Girls who are off-putting at first and then try to be more than friends later.
バカにするな。
Yeah, I can't see that. It doesn't matter about whether that is actually the case or not. It's not her... Yeah, like Takuji said, it's not her call to not only comment on, but also to make fun of. I'm not. The truth is, I absolutely can't make a fool out of you. Why? Yeah, I see that. Almost all of what she is saying is gibberish. What's with her? I shouldn't associate. True, but you will anyway, let's be honest. She's always gonna come back. You that scared of death? What do you mean? Well, she can see our thoughts. You're scared of Takashima-san's prediction. Eh? Yep, that prediction is the same as the prediction that your mother believed in.
お前、
Exactly,
なんで
yeah.
そんなことを。
Yeah, why do you... Oh, totally. Yeah. Jesus Christ, this is the future of doxers, my god. Could you imagine? Just in 500 years when mind control is a thing that's common, and you just have people, or common with people, well, by people with immense amounts of powers, and then just somebody doing this and just leaking all of your personal memories and probably trying to twist them as well while they're there. Yeah, this is so creepy. Yeah, do you remember talking to your mother? What? Takuji, are you scared of dying? Huh? I wonder if dying is something you're supposed to be scared of. No way, wait. This is interesting, because this is starting to look like what Takuji was saying in his speech. Naturally, you say it's unnatural. Naturally, you say it's natural, but it's not natural to be scared of death. These words. No one can experience death. To experience death is impossible. People hold death close and change it into something they can imagine. They change it into something they can experience. This conversation, it's exactly the same as what? What? Wait, exactly the same? I really wonder what it's the same as. Maybe a conversation that he had with his mother? Even if you could live forever, first, all the people you love would die, then the human race would go extinct. Very morbid, but true. Yeah. Maybe this is kind of similar to what's happening with Ayana. Who knows? All life would disappear, everyone would disappear and only you would be left alive.
それからも果てしない時が過ぎた。宇宙もエントロピーが無限になり、熱死を迎える。
When a boundless time would pass, space and entropy would become infinite, and you would witness the heat death of the universe.
何もない空間で、間宮君は何億年も何兆年も何京年も生きるの。
In that empty space, you would live for millions, billions, and trillions of
それ
years.
でも間宮君は永久に死なないでそれを見てるの。
What's the point of telling us this, though? I really do wonder. I'm going to analyze this tomorrow, by the way. And even then, you wouldn't die, but rather simply look on for eternity.
間宮君が自分が自分であるという連続性は永久にあるけど。
The continuity of you being you would continue for eternity,
多
but
分間宮君の精神
Yeah,
が崩壊
totally.
する。
I totally agree, yeah. Your mind would be destroyed.
精神は崩壊するけど間宮君は連続し続けるから。
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, your mind would be destroyed, but your continuity would continue.
それって意外な無限地獄。
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's an unexpected, infinite hell.
確かにものすごく楽しそうだけど。
You are not sane, holy shit. It does seem incredibly fun, but
それがあなたの望み。
is that truly what you desire?
物理的な時間は永遠に生きるのは地獄。
I've
その
heard-
ことはよく聞かされた。
I've heard that before, that living for all of physical time would be hell.
そして僕は言う。
Yeah.
幸せな人生が永遠に続けばいいと。
And I'd say, I want my happy life to continue forever.
何もない空間を見てるのは幸せではないと。
I totally agree, yeah. Looking at emptiness forever isn't happiness.
そうなんだ。幸せじゃないんだ。
That's right, that's not
間
happiness.
宮君が永久に何もない世界で精神崩壊を起こしながら浮遊し続けるなんて。
Well, it sounds like it would be fun. Actually experience it, I'm sure it would be different. Maybe not for somebody like Ayana, but I don't know. It depends on how genuinely deranged she is. What's happened in her life? Is this delusional state? Like, what is the true nature of what caused it? Or not really this delusional state, but this properly ambiguous state that she's in. The fact that she always needs to talk in riddles. I just wonder what caused it.
なら間宮君、素敵な学園生活を送るの。
Then you will live a fantastic life.
素敵な彼女、素敵な友達、
How?
楽しい生活。
You have a wonderful girlfriend, great friends, and a fun life.
それが何百年続く。
For hundreds of years.
それが何千年続く。
How? For thousands of years.
それが何万年続く。
For 10,000s of
そ
years.
れが
Tens of
何
thousands
十
of years.
万年続く。
For hundreds of thousands of years.
それが何百万年続く。
For millions of
そ
years.
れが何千万年続く。
For tens of millions of years.
それが何億年続く。
For hundreds of millions of
そ
years.
れが何十億年続く。
For billions of
そ
years.
れが何百億年続く。
Tens of billions
そ
of
れ
years.
が何千億年続く。
For hundreds of
それ
billions
が
of
何
years.
京年続く。
For
それが
trillions of
何
years.
十京年続く。
For tens of trillions
そ
of
れが
years.
何百京年続く。
Hundreds of trillions
そ
of
れが
years.
何千京年。
Jesus Christ, is she ever gonna stop for quadrillions of
それ
years?
でもまだ終わらないの。
And even after that, it wouldn't end. But
無
why?
限だからここまででも一瞬なの。
Because it's infinite, all of that would be a mere instant.
これの何千倍、何億倍、何京倍しても終わらない
Yeah,
の。
reasonable. It wouldn't end after thousands, millions, even billions of times this many years had passed.
終わりは絶対来ないの。
The end would never come.
素敵な彼女、
A wonderful girlfriend.
素敵な友達
Great friends.
楽しい生
A fun life.
活を永久に繰り返すの
Would repeat for eternity.
何百年かあたりに間宮君
After a few hundred years,
こ
you'll...
の幸せな生活に嫌気がさすの
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, begin to hate this happy
素
lifestyle.
敵な彼女を殺し
You'll kill your wonderful girlfriend. What?
素敵な友達を殺し
You'll kill your great friends.
楽しい生活を終わらせようとするの
But you can't end, you have to keep on going, and like she said, it's destruction, yet paired with continuity, it's the biggest hell of the mind possible.
でも次の日の朝になるとまた
Yeah, once again, you have to endure, and you also have to endure what you've done. You'll just spiral down into madness. But on the morning of the next day, once again...
素敵な彼女
What? Wonderful girlfriend.
素敵な友達
Great friends.
に囲まれた
That's weird. I don't understand this. It's basically saying that we're God and no matter what we do, we have to endure our life. But if we don't, we can make it as if, well, we can make it seem as if we have totally reversed everything by obviously reversing all of the good in our life. By, for example, fucking killing people. But then they'll be here again. Is it because of the fact that they'll be here within delusions, or is it because we are God? Quite frankly. You'll be surrounded by them again.
楽しい生活が始まるの
It's a lie though, isn't it? Your fun life will
間宮
begin.
君初めのうちは殺しの快感に酔いしれて
This is so weird. At first you'll get drunk on the pleasure of killing.
毎日素敵な彼女素敵な友達を殺し続けるの
Every day you'll kill your wonderful girlfriend and great friends over and over
でも
again.
それも何百年かで飽きて
And but you'll soon grow tired of that too. Interesting that she says too after a few hundred years.
もう今度は自殺しようとするの
Then you'll try to
間
suicide.
宮君は死ぬの
You'll
で
die.
も次の瞬間には
But in the next
素
incident,
敵な彼女素敵な友達
this is really unusual.
に囲まれた
You'll be surrounded by them again.
楽しい生活が始まるの
Your fun life will begin.
そして間宮君は発狂するの
Yeah, totally true, yeah. Then you'll go
でも
insane.
強制的に幸せになるため
Oh, I like that, yeah, but your mind will be returned to its normal
精
state.
神は普通の状態に戻されるの
Yeah, fair. Yeah, to force you to be
そ
happy.
れからも
And then again,
素敵な彼女素
a wonderful girlfriend,
敵な友達
great friends,
楽しい生活
a fun
は
life.
永遠に続くの
It will continue for
永
eternity.
久に
For eternity. I've had this same conversation in the past. Is it a conversation that he's had with his mother? I think that's the most reasonable approach. Why does she know this?
死は誰にも経験できない
No one can experience death. Of course not.
死を体感することはできない
To experience death is impossible.
死を引き寄せてそれに寄り添って人はなんとなく死を想像できるもの
So
体感
unusual.
し経験できるもののように感じる
People hold death close and change it into something they can imagine. They change it into something they can experience.
でもそれはあくまでも想像
But that is still imagination.
死は誰にも許されてはいない
Yeah, reasonable, so why can we change it and change our lives based on the fact that it's inevitable? But I totally see this. Even if you die, you're... Well, it's just so subjective though. If you die and then your spirit lives on because, I don't know, for example, in the work you've done, or maybe in the influences you've made to local communities or stuff like that, just anything for people to remember you with, you haven't truly died. But at the same time, whether you have truly died then or not is subjective, if you ask me.
死は誰も手に入れることはできない。
No one can attain death.
人は誰一人として経験としての死を迎えることはできない。
Not a single person can experience death.
誰にも訪
That's
れ
so
ないも
weird.
の。死は得ることなどないもの。
Death never visits anyone. Death is not something that can be attained.
死を想像しないものは永遠の層を生きる。
I really wonder what that is. Wow.
動物がそうであるように。だが人は死を想像する。
But humans imagine.
死の傍らで生きる。
They live beside
だ
death.
けど死は傍らにあったとしても
Reasonable, yeah.
死は人のものではない。
If anything, it owns them because of how much it will reasonably change their personalities. But even with death at their side, they do not own
死を
death.
人のものとするのは冒涜。
Yeah, interesting. I suppose you could think about killing and murder, or just the act of taking someone's life away here. Making death one's own is blasphemy.
人に許された世界は生のみ。生は死の傍らにあり、死そのものであり、そして人が得るべきもの。
The only world permitted to humans is love. Life is next to death. Life is death itself. Life is something people should attain.
"なんでそれをお前が?"
Yeah. Why are you saying that?
それ何か本に載ってたのか、なんかの宗教の教えなのか。
Is that written in a book? Yeah, is it some sort of religious doctrine? Who knows?
でも間宮君はこの話知っている。
Yeah, that's the fucking creepy thing, but you've heard all of this before.
それが分かってて話したんだろう。
You knew that, and that's why you said it, right?
その話はお母さんが僕によくした話。
Interesting. My mother used to talk about
死
that.
を想像するのは痛みを想像する
Agreed,
こと
yeah.
でしかない。
Imagining death is nothing more than imagining pain.
それ以外
But it's either for you or for other people around you.
低俗な恐怖。
Other than that, the fear of death is as vulgar as it is refined.
自己の消失に対する恐怖などはあまりに人間的な低俗な恐怖。
The fear of one's own disappearance is a vulgar
で
human
もお
fear.
母さんは言ったはず。
But your mother said,
貨幣を低俗としないのならそれも低俗とは言えない。
if you don't call currency vulgar, then neither can you call that vulgar.
自己消失の恐怖は貨幣が貨幣として成り立っていることと変わらない不可思議と同じ。
The fear of one's own death is no different from the mystery inherent in the use of currency.
先送りにされた価値としての貨幣。先送り
Oh
にされ
yeah,
た
I
恐怖
like
として
that, yeah. In the same way that currency is postponed value, death is postponed fear.
それと同じように死の恐怖は妄言でありながら人々が生き続ける限りつきまとう。
In the same way, even though the fear of death is nonsense, as long as humans live, it will follow them. Yeah, reasonable.
まるで耳元でささやく天使のように。
なんだお前。
Who are you?
大体
You're just gone. That's what she is. Oh my god, that's so odd. Why, she disappeared.
何
Typical Ayana. Funny that. Maybe the day ended. I don't blame him for thinking that. I really don't. Is this a dream? No, it's not a dream. So this is reality. In reality, people don't disappear like that. But she does. That's the weirdest thing. So then what is this? A hallucination? How could that be a hallucination? It's too informed. I'm sorry. There's just no way.
Yeah.
How much of that was a hallucination? That's so fucking weird. Okay. I'm gonna stop here because I actually need to go to bed. Oh my god. It really seems like the plot is just killing it. It really does. It feels like everything is going as mental and as odd as possible. That was a really significant day today, I feel. I mean, my god, we saw so many things, and it's just really interesting seeing more about Takuji and his connection to his mum, and also the creepy prediction. And obviously, I think the desk definitely did open up Zakudor's heart a little bit, because it shows a delusion that she is very, very interested in and has a lot of connections to when you see her posts on the underground message board. Yeah, wait, no, hang on a second. Those are... Wait, no, those are Zakudor's posts. Takuji never took the phone. We can confirm that now. Yeah, so I really do wonder if this chapter 3 is going to show us what's happening with Takuji and why he causes everything that goes on in episode 2. Because he was so different from... this is the last day where he was who he was beforehand. Yeah, I really do wonder what's going to happen. I just wonder what we're going to learn after we've seen we've seen behind the scenes of episode 2. I mean, what's next? What is there next for this visual novel to cover, I wonder? I mean, how will the supernatural continue, and how will Ayana continue? I really do wonder if we're ever going to find out what the true identity of Ayana is. It's going to be a really quite odd question. But, yeah, what's odd about all of this as well is everything about just not only more of the way Takuji approaches tasks, but also with Yuki as well. Yeah, my god. Some really, really cool stuff. So, yeah, see you guys tomorrow.